Hey guys, welcome to Denny's. Today, we're going to be taking a deeper dive at some of the tech scale and module swapping that I've been testing with Lepic. More specifically, I'm going to detail why Firearm Master is actually not a very good mod to use on Lepic for both, solo play kind of, but mainly group play. We'll be showcasing a new build that I believe is better. And I'm going to show you guys how to consistently get 18 shots off 100% of the time with Lepic's ultimate ability, and a funny cheese to get 20 shots off if you want, so stay tuned. Before we get into the video, guys, remember to leave a like if I helped you in any way, comment any feedback you have for me down below in the comment section, subscribe only if you feel that I have earned it. If not, next time I will, so keep up to date with the channel. And remember, guys, I'm live on Twitch 6 days a week. I'm probably live right now, so come stop by, say hello. I absolutely love hanging and chatting with all you guys while we game. And don't forget about the community Discord we launched and my Patreon that was launched. All the links are in the description below. Let's hop right into the video. We're going to start off with why I believe Firearms Master is a poor choice for anyone that is going to be playing Lepic, while in some cases solo bossing, or more importantly, most cases playing in a group setting. The main reason is due to the fact that you lose your cheat death passive on Lepic by equipping Firearm Master. So this is why everyone is seeing so many crawling Lepics in their bossing runs, because we're basically just a glass cannon with no chance in a battle of attrition. Now, the cheat death is completely broken in my opinion. Any cheat death in a game like this goes an absolutely massive way in helping get as much damage off as possible and providing insane tankiness without having to add any additional mods. Another big reason for this is the Firearm Master with MP Accelerant only gives you around 9 hits of snapshotted increased skill power modifier. So the rest of the 7 shots that I'm able to get off with the MP Accelerant are getting no snapshotted increased skill power modifier at all. For this reason, I'm going to dive into the alternative build I will be using with my Lepic from here on out, or until they change up the socketing system so I can run the farming build as well. So we're going to start off with removing Firearm Master, and we're going to be adding Maximize Duration. Now, the good news here is that by dropping Firearms Master and adding Maximize Duration, you will actually be doing more damage over a longer period of time. So instead of killing bosses in 9 seconds, you may kill them in 10, but you'll have to rely on those RNG crits far less. And more importantly, you will live through anything due to the cheat death passive. To explain how this is working and how I came to this conclusion, I am going to try to math here for a moment. Now, I'm not Raichu, but I'm going to throw out my rough sticky note here that I did all this math on. I doubt you guys will be able to follow along, as it really doesn't make a lot of sense, but hopefully maybe you can see where I got my final numbers. I also failed my high school pre-calculus class, so that probably doesn't help. But the moral of the story here is, without Firearm Master and in turn adding Maximize Duration, you are actually doing 3 million more damage on average, which takes around 1.4 seconds longer to get off. This is due to the extra ticks you get of both overkill suns, the suns that you're throwing out, and then the overclock burns with the Maximize Duration. It is mixed with the extra, obviously the 2 hard-hitting shots you get from 16 to 18 as well. That's where a brunt of the damage comes from. Just to be clear, in this situation, I'm in the laboratory with no dangerous ambush. Firearms Master was only doing an additional 700,000 in damage over time damage, so dot damage. This is why it's not worth it, in my opinion, for a more consistent Lepic. So now I'm going to insert a short clip here of me using Firearm Master, getting around 16 shots off with MP Accelerant, followed by getting 18 shots off with Maximized Duration and without Firearm Master. Okay, guys, Denny's from the future real quick. I just wanted to emphasize why my mindset is on the Maximized Duration instead of Firearm Master one last time. Basically, I don't have, as you can see, I don't have a socket for the Xantic slot where my Dangerous Ambush is. So you could say, hey, you could socket the Dangerous Ambush with a Xantic. That would ruin my farming build, so that's one reason I don't want to do it. Another reason is I don't really just want to use Firearm Master really at all with this build, because I want to have the cheat death. I think the cheat death is extremely overpowered, and I think we're doing the exact same amount of damage 1 second slower than we were. And I think it's just a no-brainer. But obviously there is other ways to go around this, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm just kind of trying to talk about my mindset and why I'm doing this, but let's go on to the clip without wasting any more time. All right, so we are going to start off with the Firearms MP Accelerant setup. And Dangerous Ambush is on. So we're just going to do our 16 shots real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I shot those last 2 off so you could actually see they do go off. The animation does not get canceled or anything. They do go off. So that's 16 shots. Now we will do the 18 shots, which is going to be maximize duration. Sorry, I didn't mean to take off dangerous ambush. We're gonna do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 18 shots with the Firearms Master off. And another thing about the 14-shot Lepic, or the 16-shot Lepic even, is that sometimes you have a hard time with this boss, Swamp Walker. So I want to do kind of like a little live kill of him real fast using the maximized duration, 18 shots, and kind of maybe do like a little what's going through my head, and why this is actually so much easier with the 18 shots. So I'm going to overclock real quick, and I'm going to shoot 3 times at his legs, and then I'm going to shoot the rest at his eye to try to stagger him the right amount. And as you can see, I'm going to get 18 shots off, and basically I'm always going to be able to kill Swamp Walker, no matter how many, no matter if I miss 3 crits or not, with this build, rather than the 14 and 16 shot build, which sometimes can get pretty much unlucky. I would say half the time I get extremely unlucky. If I don't get crits, I can actually one-phase Swamp Walker. Now, before you type anything in the comments, I know I'm using Enlightenment in the top slot, and that is the only thing that really gets this build going for the full 18 shots. Fun fact, you can actually use Strong Mentality as well with the skill cost reduction and still accomplish the same 18 shots in its place. When they come out with the new socketing system, I plan to put Fire Sanctium there, or Cerulean for more HP. I also want to keep the slot that I have my Dangerous Ambush in unsocketed until they do that, because for now I don't really want to mess up my awesome farming build that's really, really fun to play and works perfectly with this setup. It's super, super fun. So let's hop into the gear I'm using real fast to make these 18 shots possible real quick. So first up, same components as ever I was using before. Just make sure you've got the Slayer set and max MP on your sensor, as well as some MP recovery out of combat, in combat, MP recovery, whatever. Really not the biggest deal, but it does help because there is some hidden tech at the very start of the pull. Whenever you are on a boss, you want to make sure that you are far away so that while your first shot is traveling to the boss, you are gaining MP back to full so that you can get all the MP that you need. And then we've got the max HP roll, obviously on your axe power. That helps. We definitely want that. And take a look there. And okay, we go next. So next up, let's talk about the Reactor, because this is more important in my opinion to get the full 18 shots off. Now I'm using Colossus damage mixed with skill duration up instead of the crit damage. Now without the skill duration up, we would get 1 less shot off and therefore lose out on a potentially pretty large hit, up to 3 million damage with the crit, or like around 900k with the non-crit. Obviously these are lab numbers, keep in mind. Depends on which boss you're fighting. In my opinion, it's basically relying less on RNG crits when you get the extra shot, and you're doing guaranteed damage. I enjoy that much more to the RNG. You absolutely do not need this Reactor to have skill duration. It's just my preference compared to the critical hit damage, and this is how you get all these shots off and get a little bit less RNG going. And then really fast, I just want to talk about the weapon. So obviously, tuning in with the Reactor impact rounds, I've gotten as User's Devotion. You just have to make sure that you have sharp precision shots and fire it up. Obviously, I know that most people know this by now. I just wanted to include it in here just in case people are watching this that didn't know about these. This is how to get the absolute most shots off with your ultimate ability on Lepic. Really quickly, I wanted to cover how you can cheesily get 20 shots off with Lepic's ultimate ability. And fair warning, this is completely RNG, and you should not do this most of the time, but nonetheless, it's a pretty neat party trick. So we're going to pop on the special mod accelerated drive shaft and hop into this clip in the laboratory real fast, and I will kind of show you here. All right, now we have got our maximized duration on, as well as our accelerated drive shaft. So we are going to give this a go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 shots. And that's how you get 20 shots off with Lepic. I do want to emphasize how important it is to animation cancel with Lepic's ult. I actually was not able to get 20 shots off unless I perfectly animation canceled the moment that I used his ult ability. So on my keyboard and my keybinds, it is pressing Z followed by Control. But basically, you are trying to roll as fast as humanly possible. If you roll as fast as you possibly can to cancel the animation, you will get an extra shot off using this setup. That is what I found. Typically, you will probably get more like 19 shots most of the time if you do not perfectly animation cancel the roll with Lepic's ultimate ability. So as you can see, it is completely based on RNG after you roll. Now, you absolutely could roll before activating your ultimate until you proc the buff, but in my testing, due to the increased cooldown that we are using, you get such a little amount of uptime with that buff that it actually barely gives you one extra shot from the 18 most of the time. So the whole concept is that when you are animation canceling your ultimate with Lepic, you have a very low chance of just getting the buff and being able to get the full 20 shots off. Again, I want to clarify this should really never be used over Dangerous Ambush for bossing, but it's just a funny concept I found while testing all of these numbers for this video. And that is pretty much the video, guys. I did want to emphasize one last time that we are taking off Firearm Master to gain the cheat death. When they add the changes to sockets in the future, you can throw Firearm Master back on there. If you are okay with losing the cheat death and being a glass cannon, you can throw on maximize duration and the Dangerous Ambush and do as much damage as you possibly can. I believe that this is going to be how you do the most damage on Lepic unless they change things in the future or somebody finds something new. But I will be personally sticking without Firearm Master unless I know that I am totally good to use it, obviously without dying. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for sticking this far into the video. You probably see the Patreon supporter screen now. Massive shout out to you guys. I seriously appreciate it. But obviously, to everybody who watches me, I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. So I really, there's no words I can say to show appreciation. Just I can tell you guys that I'm gonna keep trying my hardest to up the quality, and I really appreciate all you guys, man. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, great rest of your day. See you guys for the weekly Luke Cave, and I'm out of here. Peace out. Goodbye.